Werewolf cults, a fascinating and chilling phenomenon, have captured the imagination of scholars, historians, and enthusiasts alike. These cults, rooted in the lore of lycanthropy, reveal much about the human psyche, societal fears, and the allure of transformation myths. The werewolf, a creature that straddles the line between human and beast, symbolizes both the fear of losing humanity and the seductive power of animal instincts. In modern urban legends, rumors of werewolf sightings persist in some of the world's most enigmatic locations, like the New York subway and the Paris catacombs. These stories, while often dismissed as folklore or sensationalism, capture the imagination and reflect deeper societal fears and fascinations. The New York subway, with its labyrinthine tunnels and dark hidden corners, is fertile ground for urban legends. Among these, tales of werewolf sightings have emerged, adding to the already eerie atmosphere of the underground system. According to some rumors, late-night commuters have reported seeing large, wolf-like creatures lurking in the shadows, their eyes glowing in the dim light. These werewolves are said to roam the abandoned tunnels and maintenance shafts, appearing only when the stations are nearly deserted. Such stories often emphasize the raw, untamed nature of the urban werewolf, contrasting sharply with the controlled, bustling environment of the city above. The idea of a werewolf in the subway taps into primal fears of the unknown and the uncontrollable lurking beneath the surface of everyday life. For some, these tales also represent a form of social commentary, symbolizing the hidden dangers and marginalized elements of urban society. In Paris, the catacombs provide a similarly haunting backdrop for werewolf legends. The catacombs, an extensive network of underground ossuaries containing the remains of over 6 million people, are steeped in mystery and history. The macabre beauty of the catacombs has long captivated visitors and urban explorers, and it is in this environment that werewolf activity rumors have gained traction. According to some accounts, explorers have encountered strange, wolf-like creatures deep within the catacombs. These werewolves are often described as guardians of the subterranean world, protecting their domain from intruders. Unlike the werewolves of the New York subway, those in the Paris catacombs are often linked to the city's history and mythology. Some legends suggest that these werewolves are the spirits of ancient warriors or cursed individuals, doomed to roam the catacombs for eternity. The Parisian werewolf tales are rich in Gothic elements, blending the city's historical intrigue with supernatural horror. They serve as a reminder of the thin veil between the past and the present, the known and the unknown. For many, these stories offer a thrilling escape into a world where history and myth collide, and where the boundaries between humans and beasts are blurred. While there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of werewolves in either the New York subway or the Paris catacombs, the persistence of these rumors speaks to their cultural and psychological significance. These stories serve as a form of contemporary mythology in a technological and rationalism-dominated era by connecting people to enduring fears and archetypes. Moreover, the settings of these stories, the subway and the catacombs, are themselves symbolic. Both are hidden underground spaces that evoke a sense of mystery and danger. They represent the unknown depths of the urban environment, places where conventional rules and safety do not apply. The werewolf, as a creature of the night and the wilderness, is a fitting inhabitant of these dark realms, embodying the wildness and unpredictability that lie just beneath the surface of civilized life. The origins of werewolf myths can be traced back to ancient civilizations. The Greeks, for instance, told tales of individuals transforming into wolves, often as a punishment from the gods. In Roman mythology, the story of Lycaon, who was turned into a wolf by Zeus as the punishment for his impiety, stands out. These early myths laid the groundwork for the werewolf's association with curses and divine retribution. Throughout the Middle Ages, Europe saw a surge in werewolf-related hysteria. Numerous werewolf trials also arose during this time period, which was characterized by witch hunts and a general fear of the supernatural. Individuals accused of being werewolves were often believed to have made a pact with the devil, receiving the ability to transform into a wolf in return. Superstition, fear, and the desire to scapegoat those who were different or misunderstood all played a role in these trials, much like they did in the witch hunts. Werewolf cults, as distinct groups or movements, began to emerge during this tumultuous period. These cults frequently operated in secrecy, with their members united by lycanthropic rituals and beliefs. The allure of these cults lay in their promise of power and transformation. Members believed that by participating in specific rites, they could harness the power of the wolf, gaining strength, agility, and a connection to primal instincts. The rituals of werewolf cults were varied and often gruesome. They frequently involved the use of hallucinogenic substances, believed to induce a trance-like state that facilitated transformation. Animal sacrifices, particularly of wolves, were also common, serving both as offerings to appease supernatural forces and as a means of symbolically assuming the animal's power. These rituals reinforced the cult's cohesion and belief in their transformative abilities. The psychological appeal of werewolf cults cannot be overlooked. The prospect of transformation offered a way out of the strict social norms of medieval society. Joining a werewolf cult provided a sense of belonging and empowerment, allowing members to tap into their primal instincts and rebel against societal norms. The transformation into a wolf, even if only symbolic, represented a release from the constraints of humanity and an embrace of raw, untamed power. As the Enlightenment dawned and rational thought began to challenge superstition, the prevalence of werewolf cults and trials waned. However, the fascination with lycanthropy persisted, evolving into a staple of literature and popular culture. Gothic novels, such as those by Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley, often featured werewolves as symbols of the monstrous and the otherworldly. In contemporary times, werewolves continue to captivate, appearing in movies, television shows, and novels, often portrayed as complex characters struggling with their dual nature. In contemporary times, the concept of werewolf cults may seem far-fetched or relegated to the realm of fiction and folklore. However, the fascination with werewolves and the allure of transformation continue to manifest in various subcultures and modern spiritual practices. While traditional werewolf cults, as they were understood in historical contexts, may no longer exist, the symbolic and psychological appeal of lycanthropy still resonates with many people today. One of the most significant ways in which the werewolf myth endures is through popular culture. This continuous representation keeps the myth alive and allows contemporary audiences to engage with the archetype of the werewolf in new and imaginative ways. These modern interpretations often emphasize the struggle between the human and the beast, reflecting broader societal themes such as identity, control, and the nature of humanity. Beyond popular culture, there are subcultures and communities that have adopted werewolf symbolism in more personal and spiritual contexts. For instance, the otherkin community includes individuals who identify as non-human entities, including werewolves. These individuals often believe they possess the spirit or essence of a werewolf, and they may engage in rituals or practices that align with their perceived identity. This identification with werewolves can provide a sense of belonging and personal empowerment, echoing the psychological appeal of historical werewolf cults. Modern pagan and neo-pagan movements have also incorporated werewolf symbolism into their practices. Some contemporary practitioners of witchcraft and shamanism explore shape-shifting as a spiritual metaphor, using meditation, visualization, and ritual to connect with their animalistic instincts. In these contexts, the werewolf serves as a powerful totem or spirit guide, representing transformation, primal energy, and the balance between human and animal nature. These spiritual practices often emphasize personal growth and self-discovery, using the werewolf myth as a tool for exploring deeper aspects of the self. Additionally, the internet has provided a platform for people interested in werewolves to connect and share their experiences. Online forums, social media groups, and virtual communities allow enthusiasts to discuss werewolf folklore, share creative works, and even roleplay as werewolves. These digital spaces create a sense of community and collective identity, mirroring the communal aspects of historical werewolf cults. For many, these online interactions offer an escape from the mundane and an opportunity to explore alternative identities in a safe and supportive environment. It is also worth noting that the psychological and symbolic aspects of lycanthropy continue to be explored in academic and therapeutic contexts. Some psychologists and therapists use the metaphor of the werewolf to help clients explore issues related to identity, transformation, and the integration of different aspects of the self. In this sense, the werewolf myth provides a rich and versatile framework for understanding and addressing complex psychological themes. While traditional werewolf cults may no longer exist in the same form as they did in the past, the fascination with werewolves and the themes of transformation and duality they represent continue to thrive in contemporary culture. Through popular media, subcultures, spiritual practices, online communities, and even therapeutic contexts, the werewolf myth endures, offering a powerful symbol for exploring the human condition. Whether as a source of entertainment, personal identity, spiritual guidance, or psychological insight, the allure of the werewolf remains a potent and enduring aspect of modern life.